Well then. What's up everyone, it's Derin here, welcome back to my channel, or if you're a new viewer, welcome to my channel. Today I've decided to jump on the bandwagon and film an answering your assumptions video. I personally find it so interesting watching these videos and thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this as well. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't really think I'd get that many juicy assumptions, but as I was going through them, I was like, wow, is this what you guys really think about me? So I'm gonna be answering all of them in today's video. Obviously, as this challenge is done over Instagram, I feel like I can't continue this video without some shameless self-promo. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, my username is @Derin Adetosoye, same as here. Oh, fancy seeing you here. But yeah, I asked you guys over on my Instagram to send me your assumptions. As you guys will see in a moment, I am clearly not rated by a few of you guys, so let's give me a thumbs up to send some love my way, because when I was reading some of these, I was legit like, okay. And of course, also, if you are a new viewer and enjoy today's video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. So when going down my Instagram to find out what assumptions to pick first, I honestly couldn't figure out which one to answer first because they're all pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie. I did tell you guys to be as honest and personal as possible, so I can't really complain. But yeah, it's fair to say that some of you guys did not hold back. And so on that note, let's get in with this first assumption that literally made my jaw drop, and that is that I lost my virginity in Freshers Week, brackets, if I hadn't already. Sis. This was actually one of the first assumptions that I got, and I was just genuinely speechless. From that moment, I knew that this video was going to be interesting. But to answer your assumption, no. I don't really know where you got that from. I'm hoping that you do English literature because that is very creative. I'm sure that you're a really good writer, but sis, no. I don't really know what more I can say about that. But yeah, that assumption is 100% false. On the topic of Freshers Week, the next assumptions that I got were about clubbing. And so I received a couple of assumptions saying that I'm not actually into drinking / partying, which are definitely false if you know me. Whilst I don't actually go clubbing as often anymore because I'm just a lot busier and physically can't fit it into my schedule, I do like to go out and I do like to have a drink. So the few times that I do go out, I do like to go hard. You know what they say, go hard or go home. So yeah, I definitely do like to go out and go clubbing, and I actually meet loads of you guys whilst I'm on a night out, which is really fun. So if you ever see me around in London, literally just come over to me and we'll have a good night out together. The next assumption is that you find it hard to trust people as they see your YouTube and you question their intentions. I personally don't actually tell people when I first meet them that I do YouTube unless they already know, unless it fits the conversation or someone in the group has already brought it up. And that's because I personally don't see it as like a big thing. I just see it as like the hobby that I do. Obviously it is my job, but it's not really something that I'm like... So most people find out once they actually get to know me, which means that if we've actually gotten to that stage of becoming friends, then I can clearly see that they like me for me and not for anything else. But in the situations where people that clearly aren't really my friends ask for shout outs or ask to be my videos, I kind of just brush it off as a joke and kind of just let them know that that's just not gonna happen, and they kind of get the point. The next assumption is that I don't really have my life planned out, brackets, quite spontaneous. Whilst I do like to be quite spontaneous, I always have a plan that I'm following at the end of the day. I'm quite a control freak and like to be organised, so whilst it may look like I'm just kind of going with the flow, I'm probably doing a lot of grafting behind the scenes, so no, I'd say that that assumption is false. The next assumption is that you think living in London makes you seem bougie. This comment made me laugh so much because I'm like, I've lived in London my whole life, so I don't actually understand what you're getting at with this assumption. Everything that you see on my Instagram is legit just my lifestyle. Whatever I post is just what I'm getting up to, so if you think that's bougie, maybe it's bougie. I just think it's just life. And then on the terms of bouginess, my most asked assumption was about my financial situation and money. This is a topic that I get asked so much about. I feel like it's something which is just so awkward to talk about because everyone's financial situations are so different. I don't really like to go into that topic because I never really know what to say. I definitely do acknowledge my privilege and I'm extremely grateful for everything that I have in my life, but don't get it twisted. In terms of the last assumption that my parents buy me everything, that is just not the case. Whilst my parents are supportive, I also do make my own money. I obviously make money from YouTube, I've done part-time jobs before, and I'm also involved in loads of different ventures that you guys may not necessarily see. So yeah, that assumption is definitely false. I am a hard-working queenie and I do make my own money, which is what I like to use to like treat myself and then also have my own savings. So yeah, I hope that clears that up for quite a lot of you guys. guys. The next assumption is that I'm dating someone. How scandalous. A lot of people think that I'm like in a low-key relationship, but I am just not. I genuinely think that at this stage in my life, I'm too busy to like get to know someone and get into a relationship, because I'm struggling to even meet up with my friends and family on some days. Life has just been going at 100 miles per hour recently, and whilst I'm loving every single part of it, it is quite annoying in the sense that I'm not having enough time for like my friends and like a potential relationship. But I'm a strong believer in that timing is key, and that when someone's meant to be in my life, they'll be in my life. But for now, no one's in my life. The next assumption is that is my sugar daddy. I probably am gonna have to bleep out this name because he's probably watching this video. To give you guys some context, if you guys have been subscribed to me or followed me on Snapchat for like a few years, you know that I have like two sides to me. I'm a Gemini, surprise, surprise. One side of me is like what you guys see on my channel, like productive, focused, blah 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 blah. But then the other side of me is like a completely different person who listens to drill music all day and thinks that I'm bad and relate to things that I literally can't relate to. So yeah, that side of me has somehow been managing to attract rappers into my life. But you know, I'm not complaining. So yeah, the person that I'm bleeping out is a rapper, but to answer that question, no, they are not my sugar daddy. I do not have a sugar daddy. I find sugar daddy, sugar baby relationships so interesting though. I literally sit on YouTube at night time and like watch so many videos on them, but I personally could never. Props to anyone that does have a sugar daddy, like live your best life, sis, get your coin. The next assumption is quite juicy. Get yourself a drink, let's have a chat. So the next assumption is that I regret going to London College of Fashion. I wouldn't say that. Now this is an assumption and question that I've been receiving quite a lot ever since I did a Q&A on my Instagram, which has been added to my highlights if you guys want to see it. But in the Q&A, when someone asked me what I wanted to do after my degree, I basically said, despite me studying a fashion related course, I don't want to go into the fashion industry because the industry is not what it seems. And admittedly that answer was quite vague because after that I got so many questions about what I meant, so I'm just going to answer it all now. So to answer the assumption firstly, I do not regret going to London College of Fashion. For anyone that's new, I study fashion public relations and communication at London College of Fashion. I was not actually intending to do this course until results day when I was put into clearing and then had the opportunity to pick a new course. Originally I was planning to study a business and management degree, but then your girl got screwed over by her A-levels and she missed her offer by 3 marks, so I then decided to actually switch paths completely and go into something that I thought I'd be more interested in. Now I personally love what I'm studying. I love my lecturers, my classmates, what I'm actually learning, and academically I'm doing really well on the course. In terms of the fashion industry itself, however, I personally think that there is just a long way for that industry to go in terms of diversity, representation, paid internships, like what is that about? I personally just don't really agree with the fashion industry how it currently is. It's quite clear that there's just so many things wrong with it. You don't even have to be a fashion student to see it. It's just quite fickle and quite superficial, and it's definitely not representative, and so I personally just don't want to be a part of that industry. I don't think that it aligns with my morals. I believe that internships should be paid. I believe that all races and gender and body size should be represented. And I believe there should be an equal playing ground in getting into the industry, as opposed to all of the privileges that are clearly evident and tokenism, etc. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the fashion industry and why I personally don't want to go into it. I am in no way discrediting anyone who's in the industry or meaning to sound rude about it if you are in the industry. I personally just don't think it's the one for me. So yeah, that's the tea. The next assumption is that I don't wear wigs, and that is true. I have never actually tried wearing a wig before. Everyone that I know that wears wigs though says it is the best decision they've ever made. So I think that probably before the year runs out I will try a wig and see how I find it, but for now I'm just sticking to weave. But if I do ever try wearing wigs, I will definitely make sure to let you guys know. The next assumption is that I'm a Christian. This assumption is true. I am a Christian and so proud about it, and I know that a lot of you guys ask me questions about how you can fit in time with God throughout your days, or how you can have time to pray when you're super busy. One thing which I like to do is just start off my day with a prayer from the moment I wake up, and then another thing that I like to do is daily devotionals. I think it's called daily devotion. So I have a Joel Osteen ministry subscription on my email, which is completely free, which sends you daily scriptures and like devotions for the day, which is really nice. And so I feel like if you're kind of in a situation like myself where you don't really know what to focus on that day, this works out really well and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking them out. And then for my final assumption of today's video, this one really hit me deep, sis. This assumption is that I'm not really in touch with my culture, bracket sorry. Well, that is just so incorrect. So as a lot of you guys know, I am Nigerian, and everyone's like, oh, I bet you've never even been to Nigeria before. babes, let's get these facts straight. I go to Nigeria every 2 years, if not every year. My family have a house there. We love going back to Nigeria, and I am very much in touch with my culture. A lot of people just assume that I'm a British Nigerian and that I don't really know what's going on. I do understand that I'm quite westernized, so I can kind of see why people assume that. But yeah, that is just not the case whatsoever. Your girl is a cultured queenie. I'm very much involved with my country, the politics which is going on, and a lot of people don't actually know this, but I really want to move over to Nigeria for a bit. I don't want to live there permanently, but life is so good over there, and I think there are loads of opportunities and loads of things that I'd love to get into. So you never know, when I finish uni I might go over there for like a year or something. But yeah, I'm definitely involved in my culture and I love being Nigerian. So yeah, I am cultured. Thank you. So those are all of the assumptions which I'm going to be answering in today's video. I hope that you found some of these responses interesting or humorous like I found them. I hope that I was able to feed your curiosity and answer any things that you've always wondered about me. If you did enjoy this video, I'd appreciate if you hit the thumbs up button and let me know in the comments down below what you were most surprised about. Was it the fact that I go back to Nigeria every year? Was it the fact that I don't want to go into fashion? Let me know in the comments down below. If you were a new viewer today and enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. We're low-key close to 30,000 subscribers, which is kind of insane. Thank you guys so much for all of your support and for always being there for me. Like, I really appreciate it. All of my social media links will be linked down below as usual. If you guys ever want to hit me up, Instagram is the place. I love going through my DMs and chatting with you guys. It's literally my favorite thing to do. But yeah, that is all for today's video. Wednesday's video is actually a collaboration with someone really exciting. It's also kind of an Instagram related one, so I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. So I'll see you guys all in that next video. Bye!